Travel at low cost with points and miles. Credit card rewards bring the smiles. Many adventures, tales to be told. Make and save money, the world will unfold. Fight the war on happiness, pick up the gold. Hurdy Gurdy Travel Podcast breaks the mold.
You're listening to the Hurdy Gurdy Travel Podcast. I'm your host, Justin Vacula, here to help you travel the world at next to no cost with credit card points, miles, benefits, and loyalty programs. Make money, save money, and take advantage of great deals. Thanks for joining me for today's episode, MGM Rewards Improvements, Cruises and Rollover Tier Credits. Returning guest Marc Konchinsky and I discuss MGM's recent March 25th, 2025 press release, adding value to the MGM Rewards program. Visit meetup.com/Philly miles and points to RSVP for monthly Greater Philadelphia travel, credit miles and points meetups I host in Willow Grove, Pennsylvania. The next meetups are April 12th and May 17th, 2025. Find a link in the show notes. For more content between podcast episodes, follow Hurdy Gurdy Travel Podcast on Facebook and X. Follow Justin Vacula on Instagram. Subscribe to Hurdy Gurdy Travel Podcast on YouTube, where you can also become a channel member for daily content, including travel videos, podcast clips, community, and bonus content. Welcome back to the show, Marc Konchinsky.
Yes, thank you. Great to be back.
We ran into each other during travels on accident.
Yes, we were both planned cruises. It wasn't like we were just randomly walking by. But I think this is the first international Greater Philadelphia travel meetup, having met up in Nassau. Justin was actually on a cruise. I know he's on a cruise. He's always going somewhere. But my girlfriend and I were on our free MSC cruise that we won from Ocean. And we were on there, and I posted a photo of us arriving in Nassau. And then Justin said, "I'm here too." We made arrangements to meet up for about an hour.
Yes, but we didn't plan these cruises together. They just happened to fall in the same week.
Yes. And there were many ships at Nassau that day. We actually met up for an hour before Kelly and I go back to the ship to get ready for our excursion. It was nice. Justin and I live about an hour and a half, 2 hours from each other. So we talk on the phone a lot, of course, but we don't necessarily see each other in person.
It's the opposite of the travel hacker's dilemma. Things worked, so we met each other rather than having to pass on other opportunities.
Yes, absolutely.
So we're hoping, Marc, that you quit your job in 2026, and we'll talk about the MGM Rewards program, making money, saving money from this. This is a positive benefit. There was a press release recently from MGM, as I mentioned, adding cruise benefits, rollover tier credits, and much more. There's great value from the program with the ability to earn comps and status from spending on the MGM MasterCard, mainly from loading to BetMGM and playing online blackjack with an advantage. But with MGM, you can spend your way to gold and platinum status, even without gambling. Following some status matching war on happiness, I value the MGM MasterCard credit card even more as a reliable way to earn and keep status.
Yeah, some might call this the war on sadness. Usually the war on happiness when things go bad, but this is actually a positive change.
Yes, and we'll get into some of those. To recap, the credit card automatically gives Pearl status that mainly waives parking fees. So with some of the casinos going up to $40, $50, perhaps in Las Vegas or Atlantic City being around $10, the credit card gives you the free parking. And then after that, you can spend your way to gold status. Gold status is 75,000 tier credits. This waives resort fees, allows access to the Amphora Lounge at Borgata, all you can drink and eat for $12.50 in comps. This also gives you $100 dining credit or comps. Because America loves math, you can spread that $100 out across multiple lounge visits for several lounge visits. And the change for gold status, new in 2025, gold status gives you a complimentary Ocean View 5-night cruise with $75 in free play and 17,500 rollover tier credits we'll talk about later in the episode. So for 75,000 tier, you would have to earn this tier using the MGM credit card or other things like stays, dining, and actual gambling in person, probably without an edge. But the credit card gives you 2x tier for grocery and gas coded purchases, even buying prepaid cards, gaming cards, gift cards. And the loads to BetMGM give 1x tier and comps or free play, sometimes more than 1x.
It's a very powerful card and with no annual fee too. So it's kind of the best of all the worlds.
And you mentioned living about an hour and a half away from me. You're in the Kutztown area and you don't go to casinos very often. But thanks to using the credit card and BetMGM in the state of Pennsylvania, you're able to earn status with very little gambling or even no gambling in person.
Yes, because you can do the loads to the BetMGM website.
Yes. So, of course, we're all about the online blackjack, giving up about 0.5% usually in the long run. But we're going to earn the tier and comps or free play that easily offsets that.
Absolutely.
Platinum status with MGM, and this is also achievable through credit card spending. This is 200,000 tier. You get a $200 dining credit or comps, a $600 flight rebate paid in comps or free play. And in 2025, this is an upgraded cruise benefit. You used to get a complimentary cruise, but now the cruise benefit is even better. This is a complimentary 7-night balcony cruise with $100 in free play and a $200 onboard credit that basically covers the Wi-Fi. You also get what seems to be another rollover tier, $17,500. So because America loves math, if you're getting both $17,500, you get $25,000. I got several room upgrades as well with platinum status, or likely thanks to platinum status, including a suite at MGM Grand. This was on a complimentary stay from the My Vegas games, which I've covered in another YouTube video and we've talked about. I got upgraded to the Sky Suites at Aria, also on a My Vegas comp night, and numerous upgrades to the newly renovated MGM Tower at Borgata. So earning the status through the credit card, both gold and platinum, extremely powerful.
Yes, but only if you can read. The press release they gave out was very squinty and like digitized, very hard to read, kind of like a For the Mamas scam of their ad for Giant.
Oh, yes. It's forthemamas.com is a couponing site, and they upload these flyers, and we've told them several times, hey, could you have better quality images? What's going on? Are you not paying for storage space? Are the couponers looking to save 50 cents on Jell-O, unwilling to pay $10 a year for extra storage space?
Apparently, they are not willing to pay that money. No, they would rather
low quality. So the graphic in the MGM press release was hard to read, although you said it was in multiple places.
Yes, if you actually go to the MGMresorts.com website and search for tier, it comes up with a very nice graphic you can scroll through.
So this won't be visual, of course. This will be audio, so you'll understand everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, really nice to see. Some of these upgrades. We'll go more into it later in the episode, but I really appreciate this. A real upgrade compared to other programs that say, oh, we've made enhancements or upgrades coming, but they're not really upgrades or enhancements. I was already all in on MGM, and now it's even better. I think a lot more motivation to earn status, especially the gold status for the complimentary cruise.
Yes. And also it makes you even more wanting to try out to make the higher tiers and go to Vegas and get to experience all these nice properties.
Yes, really great enhancements. And this is different than other programs like Caesars, where you don't get a free cruise at Diamond, which is one of the lower levels. You don't get a free cruise at Diamond Elite or Diamond Plus. You have to get all the way to 7 stars, which is one of their highest, if not the highest status. There might be some invite only after that. And there are certain levels of 7 stars for sure that get higher benefits at Atlantis. But with MGM, getting the cruise at Gold, which is a mid-level status, that's really generous that they would do something like that. The next section in the press release, they were talking about milestone rewards. The press release says, and I quote, members can now earn new milestone rewards available between tier status achievements. The addition of rollover tier credits allows members to accelerate their status climb by earning up to 25,000 tier credits that can be carried over into the 2026 tier credit earning year by achieving both of the following milestones. Earn 50,000 tier credits in 2025 and carry over 7,500 rollover tier credits into 2026, earn 125,000 tier credits in 2025, and carry over an additional 17,500 rollover tier credits into 2026.
Because America loves mess. And now it's even easier to earn status.
Yeah, at least they made it like even numbers. It wasn't like getting credit limits with Citi and some other banks where your credit limit is $16,150.
Because they couldn't trust you with $16,500 or $17,000. Just an extra two is all we feel comfortable with.
Citi being Citi. But with MGM, I think it's even easier to earn status now. So between these rollover or milestone rewards, the tier status climb, as they say, then if you have to earn 200K for platinum, you're already having the 17,500 or the 25,000 total that's rolling over. So even easier to earn status. So less pressure on the credit card spend, and perhaps some spend can be dedicated to other cards. Or for me, when I'm out of Pennsylvania and on all these travels, there will be some statements where I don't max the credit limit with BetMGM loads. So pretty nice that they're making it even easier for you to re-qualify for status.
Keep the pedal down, right?
Always be liquidating, always be spending.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the enhanced cruise benefits. The press release gives these following details. Gold members eligible for a complimentary 5-night cruise in an ocean view cabin with $75 in onboard free play. Platinum members receive a 7-night cruise in a balcony stateroom with $100 in onboard free play. This is what Celebrity and Royal Caribbean might also be an option, but classically, the Celebrity cruises gave the longer dates. So not all the information is out just yet as to will both cruise lines give the same amount of dates, because almost no one has qualified for Platinum so early in the year.
They haven't worked hard enough.
Or they haven't lost enough money, because I'm almost re-qualified for gold. I still have my MGM Platinum status that I've earned last year, but I'm nearing 75,000 tier credits. I'll definitely get over that in just a few days. We're recording April 1st, 2025. No April Fool with this one, but once my credit card statement closes on the 4th, then the additional tier credits from that statement will post to the account. It is a little bit clunky, unfortunately. It's not a running count. You have to wait for the statement to close and then the tier credits post. And then even then, it could take a few days, and then there's not much transparency.
Yeah, it would be nice if they did the rewards the way that Discover and Chase do, when you can see actively how much you're getting for the Freedom Flex or Discover.
A meter year to date or quarter to date.
Yes, absolutely.
Nice. They certainly, as FNBO being a big bank and MGM obviously being such a wealthy business, let's say, they definitely have the money to improve the tech, but they don't. But I think Bank of America is probably some of the worst tech that I've seen. So yeah, it could definitely be a lot worse.
Remember Barclays before they redid their website? Wow.
I was happy with my recent Celebrity cruise, and I look forward to an even better experience. So I was already in on the 5-night cruise, I believe was the duration of the last one I had. So for them to give me 7 nights and an additional 100 in onboard free play, that's really good.
Nice.
And you had a question about the cruises.
Yes, the question would be, do you get the 5-night Ocean View cruise with Celebrity or Royal Caribbean when you achieve gold? And then if you get to platinum in the same year, do you get a second cruise? Because that would be really incredible.
Yeah, that would be huge. It would be very sad if you got the gold status in May, for example. I'm going to be having it shortly, or April. And if you redeem the gold benefit, are they going to say, oh, you already redeemed a benefit, so now you can't redeem the 7-night balcony stateroom? So it wasn't clear from the release whether you could get both cruises. And in the past, I haven't received good information from casino representatives. So I suppose we'll have to wait for data points to see whether you get both, or to just play it on the safer side, wait to redeem a cruise benefit when you achieve platinum. So maybe book the platinum cruise first, assuming you get to platinum. And then after that, try to book the gold cruise as well.
Yeah, if you can't get a clear answer, or if they have documentation that you would qualify for the Ocean View, you could call up, but not book the 5-night cruise, but call that number and talk to a rep and say, what's the deal?
Yeah, hopefully you wouldn't disqualify yourself. That'd be really weird if they did that, because then they'd be penalizing people who got the higher status. But as far as I know, you get until January 31st of 2026 to redeem, and then you get a few months to actually take the cruise. So unless you were in a super rush of, oh, I absolutely want to cruise in June or July, I would just wait.
Which you almost have to do because you have so many cruises already booked.
At least 8 cruises this year, and I've already taken 4. So first world problem, too many cruises.
Absolutely.
I got a mailer from Celebrity. They're inviting me to come back as well. So my sub 10K play in video poker with an edge because of credit card rewards got me a return offer, I think, but we can never be sure about what exactly triggered it.
They miss you. That's what triggered it. We want to see your smiling face, Justin.
Yes, tomorrow is the release of season 3 of Love on the Spectrum. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And potential upcoming podcast guest, Perry Kim, who will be on the show. So perhaps Celebrity, we really miss you, Justin. We want miles and points on the Spectrum. Come on board. That's really nice, I think, with the cruises. Yes, they may just love me, cruise on the Spectrum, miles and points on the Spectrum, but probably, oh yeah, we see he's an MGM status holder. So it's the dream of a casino player to appear like a whale without actually being one. So they see status, they see some play, and they think, oh, this guy's losing a lot of money. And I'm happy to give up a 2 or 3% on the face of it if I'm going to get rewards that are offsetting that. And that's what's happening with the cruises and the creative spend, charging to room with credit and playing things like video poker or blackjack.
And also with the MGM card, they're pretty lenient with larger transactions. Just charge $700 at the grocery store, and they don't even question it. Not a problem.
Yes. So lots of that at Weiss supermarkets in my area and some in yours as well. But I'm mostly doing the loads to MGM. It gets to the point where we have so many grocery bonusing credit cards that I've been using the cards that pay higher than 2x. We get the 2x tier and 2x comps, but I figure, okay, if I can max it out loading to BetMGM and then use my other cards to spend at grocery and also get additional rewards when paying the bills with rewarding debit cards for those in the know, I think there's a lot of opportunity. So you can mix in the in-person grocery spend to help you get the status, but I've just been maxing it out on BetMGM. Max out the limit, pay it off before the statement closed to protect your personal credit, or else that maxed line will report and your score will probably drop by about 40 points. And then it usually takes a lot of time for the credit limit to restore after you pay it. So usually just charging to the full balance once per statement, paying off about a week before it closes. And then when the next statement closes, then running it up again. So really easy, taking that process to get gold status and platinum with just a little bit more effort. Speaking of credit cards, there's also a note in the press release, an upcoming MGM Rewards credit card. The press release says, this marks the first phase of enhancements to MGM Rewards program in 2025, setting the stage for a new credit card coming in the near future. The new credit card will unlock an enhanced level of rewards and travel perks and allow members to earn points and tier credits faster than ever before. Stay tuned to MGM Resorts Newsroom for additional updates.
News at 11.
I like these press releases. Card coming in the near future, enhanced level of rewards. So they're promising points and tier credits faster than ever before. Don't have a crystal ball, of course. They don't mention specifics, but what would you like to see or what might be likely on this card?
It would be nice if it came with free nights to stay at the various properties. Like even one free night would be, they charge $149 for the card and you get like a free hotel night or two at your choice of the casinos, maybe some dining credits or lounge credits, something like that.
Yeah, so maybe an annual free night similar to Hyatt credit card, personal Hyatt credit card, the Hilton Surpass if you spend $15,000, or the Aspire card that you get just for holding the card. Although a free night probably wouldn't be so good for the in-person gamblers because their play might already get complimentary nights, so the benefit would be a bit redundant. But for others, that can be valuable. And if they give you something like an annual credit of, okay, here's a $200 annual fee, and if you make MGM purchases on your card, then we're going to reimburse maybe $100, and then some dining credits that you can use in restaurants or maybe some free play, bonus bets, something like that. So I'd be a fan of the card with an annual fee and having some benefits rather than no annual fee and not having the benefits, assuming the benefits were useful.
Another possibility would be if they would allow you to use that free night over at Marriott for when you're not at the casinos.
Oh,
If they have a
okay.
partnership, so then you get like a night or two over at Marriott, like class 1 through 4 properties, like you could with the Marriott credit card, but using your MGM card.
Yeah, that could be interesting as they did advertise their partnership in the press release. They have added some benefits. Personally, I completely got out of the Marriott program as many people have been bond void and the status benefits really aren't so good in my experience compared to Hyatt and even Hilton. So I've been out of Marriott for a long time, but I wouldn't mind if there was a valuable benefit. I could definitely use a night at Marriott before going on a cruise. That's the typical thing. I'll stay in an area for one night before the cruise, the night before, so as to not have problems in case there's a delay or a problem with the flight, and then I end up missing the cruise. That'd be a disaster. So that'd be cool to use a Marriott free night in conjunction with the MGM cruise benefit.
Sure. Plus, you're not always the casino, so having another free night somewhere in a hotel chain would seem beneficial.
Or some options would be good. I like it. And it would be amazing if both credit cards, the existing card right now, the no annual fee card, and the potential annual fee card, can be used on BetMGM. So if right now I have a $20,000 credit limit or $21,000 credit limit on the MGM MasterCard that I have at the moment, if I get approved for this other card and they give me a similar credit limit, and I could run up $40K every month on BetMGM, that would be super easy to earn status and even more rewarding.
But Justin, what would Dave Ramsey say?
Justin, you know that the house always wins and no one wins at gambling. It's all an addiction. And because I know some people that lost the slots in sports, they couldn't possibly win. You couldn't win either because credit is the devil's path and you should stay away, Mark. Some possible future with MGM. Caesars also potentially a new credit card with them, according to a rumor on Doctor of Credit. So I'm really excited for this MGM Rewards credit card. The Caesars card is a rumor. The MGM card is not a rumor. The press release says that it is coming in the near future. So they did mention it. Hopefully it happens, but it is official and it's from MGM, a new credit card. And I wonder, is it going to also be with the First National Bank of Omaha because the existing credit card is also with the First National Bank of Omaha?
I would think it would be because like the Hilton cards are all from the same bank. The Choice Hotels cards are all from the same bank, Wells Fargo, but they're usually with the same ones.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I would like it to be with another bank because there might be some limitation on how many cards you could have with FNBO. So I might have to cancel existing cards to free up a slot for a new MGM card. We have the Amtrak card that has a current heightened sign-up bonus through April 30th, which I'm looking at getting at the end of the month. And of course, the existing MGM MasterCard. But I also have the Ford Pass card that had an interesting bonus and has some utility. But if I had to dump a card, I would definitely dump the Ford Pass card to free up a slot for the MGM enhanced credit card. So as long as FNBO doesn't have some internal rule where, oh, you've been applying for a lot of cards recently, so we can't approve you, then we would have to chill out for some time and stop opening new accounts. The horror, because of course, the answer to everything is
More cards.
more credit cards. Yes, we've gotten a Lifetime Achievement Award of, oh, too many cards. You've just opened too many, so we can't give you another one now. You're too risky. Oh, no. Definitely mention it on the podcast once the press release is official, once the card is officially announced with all the details. I think it has potential to be a game changer.
Yeah, it would definitely be a game changer. All we can do is wait and see, but good things to come.
Yes, lots of positive news here. So let's move on to personal insights and experiences. Let's talk about your experiences with MGM, especially since you're relatively new to the program and casinos. You recently visited Borgata in Atlantic City.
Yes, I've actually been to Borgata twice. Once with you when we did the whole merry-go-round, and then also again with the My Vegas games, staying overnight at the Borgata with its very comfortable rooms. The beds are just the best. And they have a very nice pool and hot tub area. And then also breakfast at the Casa Taco Express in the basement of the casino. Yes, the food court. Very nice breakfast on real plates with real silverware.
And you went to the buffet at Borgata as well.
Yes, this last visit, we went to the buffet. You could eat yourself silly. It's pretty crazy. Not the cheapest way to go, but with the My Vegas app, you can frequently find buy one, get one half price.
Yes, normally it would be around $35 or $40, depending on the time you go and if it's a holiday or not. But with the MGM Gold status, the price reduces to $12.50 in comps. So it's a huge benefit of the gold status at Borgata. As in Vegas, I don't think you can get any buffet for $12.50 at MGM casinos, although there are some of the BOGOs in My Vegas. But the War on Happiness, they say you can't stack comps with the My Vegas for the buffets in Vegas. So it's a weird thing. But Borgata is much more lenient. You can go in, you present your player's card, and they just take off $12.50 in comps. And you could take a guest in as well. So for you and a guest, $25 for 2 buffets is amazing. And there's also the Amphora Lounge, which is with gold status, and that's also $12.50, a higher quality of buffet, also with included alcohol. There's a big bar area in there too. I have videos on YouTube of the buffet and the Amphora Lounge.
I didn't know you could get in the buffet with the gold membership. I guess because I'm a gold member, I wasn't at the time.
Yes. And what is your current tier with MGM? We're recording April 1st, 2025. You got the MGM credit card late last year. The tier reset on January 1st of 2025. So everybody was 0 for a day or for a minute. So where are you at the moment, April 1st, 2025?
And I'm currently at 45,055 tier. So it's 60% of the way to gold. Right now I'm pearl status for having the card, of course.
And you've also earned a lot of the slot dollars or free play that are still sitting in your balance.
Yeah, about $578 are sitting there right now. I guess when the next statement closes, I'll see even more.
Yes, so 45,000 tier approximately at the moment. So you're on your way to gold status. Platinum is very doable. And another recommendation I have is after having the card for 3 months, you call in when the balance is 0 and you request a soft pool credit limit increase. So have your credit frozen. I always recommend having your credit frozen unless you're actually applying for cards or using the credit. You can call in, ask for a soft pool credit limit increase. I've been doing this every 3 months. And they say, okay, you can request a credit limit increase and it would be a hard pull. You could request more, or the system is allowing us to increase it for a smaller amount. Usually they say $2,000 or $3,000 will increase your credit limit. So you can definitely make that call, not after the recording, as we're recording here evening of April 1st, but April 2nd or a day coming. You can make that call, get even more credit limit. So it's even easier to earn status. And then you'll have even more slot dollars or comps.
Nice.
So some little tricks to maximize the credit limit. Normally, I don't care about credit limits as much, but on this card, I think the credit limit is extremely valuable. I talked about earning Caesar status in 2025 with Darren Remsburg, past podcast guest. And we also had the MGM status episode, although we did touch on many things about earning MGM status in this episode. So I think in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Michigan, this is a real no-brainer to get the MGM credit card. And for those who can get the enhanced credit card as well, having both cards, I think will be very good. So if you're listening in PA, New Jersey, or Michigan, you'd like to earn status, you want to get into blackjack and do the online gambling, I would get the MGM card as soon as possible so that there's time in between getting it and the new card coming out. Because I think if you try to get both in the same day, you might not get approved. You might have to have some space in between your cards applying with FNBO or even in general. So really good opportunities for gambling online in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Michigan.
Makes people want to move here.
Oh, absolutely. I'm close to the border of New Jersey. So I've been going into the state. I've been taking my laptop with me into various Panera Bread locations, of course, with the Unlimited Sip Club. They do not sponsor the show, but they get their free advertisement, of course. And I just play blackjack at Panera. So yeah, who's this guy playing tens of thousands of dollars gambling online, right? What's he doing at Panera? The dogs are even a fan.
Absolutely. What's the most you ever play through in one day?
Ooh, there were some days where I deposited and played in both Pennsylvania and New Jersey in the same day. So I think in those situations, it's trivial to clear $50,000 in one day.
Wow.
Yeah, so a lot of online gambling because there are just so many opportunities to gamble with an edge online. Again, quit your job 2026 is hopefully soon. And I've been out of the state of Pennsylvania. I've been in New Jersey. I've been out in Vegas and cruising a lot this year. And April 1st, 2025, so about 4 months. And I think I've been away for maybe 2 to 3 months. And I've played through $685,000 in blackjack. So America loves math on if I have a 3% edge on that overall, because various times I'm playing even higher than a 3% edge because we're using prepaid cards from Staples, getting 5 times ultimate rewards points, or we had recent American Express offers saving $50 at Lowe's buying gift cards. So there are a lot of opportunities to get edges. So even a low 3% edge on $685,000 is $20,550. So making money, clicking some buttons is what I really like.
Gambling with an edge.
Yes. And lots of tier and other benefits that aren't so tangible. Like it was really nice to have a late checkout with the platinum status. It was nice to get a room upgrade. So a lot of these other cool benefits, the Sky Suites at Aria, those were really nice. So it was nice to stay there. And that came with an included buffet in the morning. So some more savings through status. Jumping the lines is also pretty nice when there's the status lines available, especially in Vegas when the lines can get pretty long. So I'm very loyal to MGM, very appreciative of these enhancements, very appreciative of the My Vegas games for comp nights, room discounts, free play, and much more. So MGM Rewards is getting even more rewarding.
Big capital M for more. MGM.
MGM, Marriott is also in there. Yes.
Yes, lots of M's. Lots of M's.
Yeah. Mark is here.
With a capital M. There you go.
Yes, capital M. So for listeners, explore these new benefits and think about how they can be put into your travel strategies, especially for people in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Michigan. You have a license to print money from your computer doing this. It's absolutely amazing. Of course, gambling responsibly, using credit responsibly, gambling intelligently. And I have various videos on my YouTube channel about online blackjack, how to maximize, how to play, and more will be coming. So listeners, if you'd like to leave in the comments your experiences with the MGM Rewards program, your experiences with Las Vegas, Atlantic City, and other destinations that have MGM properties, would be happy to hear.
And also keeping up with the latest changes and upcoming changes for the MGM program.
Yes. And of course, the phone army is going in the background. I have the multiple phones going right now, earning those My Vegas loyalty points. So continuing that accumulation.
Go on a free cruise would always be nice that you get from using a free no annual fee credit card and just doing things that are fun for a hobby.
Yeah, so I have 8 cruises at the moment scheduled. So if I get another at Gold, another at Platinum, and then get the Caesars 7-star cruise that would bring 7 stars cruise that would bring it up to 11. So we'll see what the cruise counter is looking like. And I also have a mailed offer for another celebrity cruise as well, as I mentioned earlier in the episode. So it's getting really interesting.
You can't work, you don't have the time. You're too busy going to cruises.
I don't want to. I'm doing more with Miles and Points. I'm doing more with YouTube now, monetized on YouTube. So there's a lot I can do on my own. And I'm also now writing guest articles for Travel Zork. So I'm publishing in the Travel Zork website weekly articles, sometimes more than one article a week, in the Points and Loyalty Corner. So lots to do here, escaping the traditional 9 to 5. And I'm loving it.
And you're trying to convince me to do the same thing.
Oh, yes. Maybe 2026 is your year. Especially with Atlantis, that we're planning on going to Atlantis in January of 2026 with the Caesars Rewards benefits for the mostly complimentary stay. So there will be an announcement about that, which date I will pick in January, but I haven't booked it just yet. I'm going to wait to earn status.
BYOF. Bring your own food.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Those giant grocery rewards, especially. All right, let's catch up with you at the end of the episode. You recently applied for a credit card and got approved. Tell us about that.
I recently applied for the Virgin Red card, which had a 60,000 point offer for new signups. letting $3,000 in 3 months, which is the elevated offer above the normal $40,000. The first time my credit bureaus were still locked, even though I thought I gave enough time, I got a denial and wait for a letter in the mail. And I tried calling their recon number, which they actually don't have a recon number. So rather than tell me that I needed to reapply again and unlock my bureaus for sure, they just said I had to wait for the letter. The letter said to reapply with my credit bureaus unlocked for them to consider it. It's like, you could have told me on the phone and we would have handled this a little sooner. But I did on the very last day at 10 p.m. last night, apply for it and was approved for the card. So just waiting for the physical card to arrive in the mail.
That's issued by Synchrony. So we have the high sign-up bonus or the elevated sign-up bonus on the card. And there are some various high spend goals on the card too, if you'd like to talk about those.
Yes, you'll get, if you spend $15,000 in the card in a year's time, you'll get certain perks. It could be like a $300 bar bill with Virgin Cruises. I believe there's other perks if you do like the hotel instead, but there's some nice perks for putting $15,000 on the card, as well as earning points, which is my favorite way to do this. By keeping the card, there's an anniversary allotment of points that come to you, which I prefer over having a hotel night that you must use in a year's time, which of course adjusts your vacation plan because now you're trying to burn a night rather than lose it. But to just get points, just added to your account, I think is much more beneficial.
Since it's issued by Synchrony, you can also pay with a rewarding debit card and get additional cash back there atop the earn on the spend. I don't think the spending categories are very good on this card, but it is nice that it's a Synchrony issued card. So we've been very bullish about Synchrony, Comenity, and Citi for that reason. Congrats, you got approved. In the future, maybe unfreeze your credit before applying, maybe a day in advance. I know the website says it'll take 15 minutes usually for it to apply, but clearly it didn't. So lesson learned, but you were able to salvage the application.
Yes. Thought it was good with an hour between unlocking and applying, but apparently not. The categories for the Virgin card are 3X on Virgin Voyages hotels and Virgin Atlantic for airline, and then 2X Virgin points for grocery, dining out, select streaming services, and EV charging. Interestingly enough, it does not include gas stations, just EV charging. And then we're trying to make everybody green, of course, even though their slogan is red. And then also 1 Virgin point on all their spending.
And how much do you think the points might be worth on the 2X?
Actually, I thought they were worth like just under 2 cents a piece.
Okay, so a 2X might be around 4% return if you use the points well. So that could be pretty nice.
Here I got it. 1.8 cents each, according to Google's AI from NerdWallet. They were combing the web for me. 1.8 cents each. So if you're getting 2X, it's not that bad. It's 3.6% for grocery
America
spend.
Indeed loves math.
Of course, definitely.
More grocery bonusing credit cards.
Well, we need more, don't we? But now you have EV charging benefits for if you rent a vehicle. Now you can do EV charging.
We probably have cards that bonus better than that. With grocery, it's helpful to have a lot of cards that bonus grocery because our grocery spending volume is so high with prepaid cards, gift cards, and the like. So more grocery cards are pretty good. And any upcoming travel for 2025?
Yes, we're looking at doing a My Vegas Norwegian cruise.
By we, you mean?
My girlfriend and I, we were looking at doing a Norwegian cruise, Alaska. So this coming fall, set up for the days off from work, and we'll see if we get approved for that, which I wouldn't be.
And you have the potential to match your MSC cruise that you took to other cruise companies to potentially get more complimentary cruises. So maybe more cruises coming in 2025 or early 2026?
Yes, we actually are holding in on this particular cruise with Norwegian just because it fits with our work schedules. Yeah, I mean, there's certainly appealing to Carnival as I tear up with MGM and Caesars to appeal to them for complimentary offers with them as well.
Once you get MGM Gold, and especially when you get MGM Platinum, then you'll have more access to cruise matching and more cruise offers.
Correct. Because right now, my only active card for physical casino is going to be, with status, is going to be Prime from Ocean.
Okay. And once you earn gold, then you'll have gold through next year as well. And then you'll requalify. So you don't have to rely on status matching anymore. to have status, since you'll have this full year with the MGM MasterCard and have gold in probably 2 months.
Nice.
Yeah, there are all the lamentations from the points and miles people that got very spoiled doing the matches involving Wyndham, involving Hyatt, Founders Card, or other things. And now I've been saying for a while, have the MGM credit card, get the Caesars credit card, and you can more easily earn status. It's also earned status and not match status, so it's more valuable and it's reliable.
And the Hard Rock card.
Ooh, the Hard Rock MasterCard. Yes, we both got that. I was able to match to Icon status in Florida, so I have that for at least a year. All right, thanks again for coming on.
And thanks for having me.
Thanks for listening, and stay tuned for future episodes. Some closing announcements. Ticket sales for Zorkfest 2025, a Miles Points and Gambling event, are live at zorkfest.travelzork.com. I hope to see you in person at Zorkfest 2025 in Las Vegas from December 5th through December 7th. Stay tuned for an upcoming announcement on the location. I'm also looking forward to other events in 2025 and had a successful 2024, speaking at events with Award Travel 101, Travel Zork, Frequent Traveler University, and both Chicago Seminars events. If you're an event organizer and would like to have me speak at your 2025 event, please contact me. Visit meetup.com/Philly, miles and points, to RSVP for monthly Greater Philadelphia travel. Credit miles and points meetups I host in Willow Grove, Pennsylvania. The next meetups are April 12th and May 17th, 2025. Find a link in the show notes. For more content between podcast episodes, follow Hurdy Gurdy Travel Podcast on Facebook and X. Follow Justin Vacula on Instagram. Subscribe to Hurdy Gurdy Travel Podcast on YouTube, where you can also become a channel member for daily content, including travel videos, podcast clips, community, and bonus videos. Search Hurdy Gurdy Travel on subscribestar.com or become a channel member on YouTube to financially support my efforts, starting at the $5 a month tip jar level. Receive special perks at higher levels, including private one-on-one conversations and asking podcast guests your questions. Find links and more at hurdygurdytravel.com. I'm now an affiliate with Card Pointers. Use my Card Pointers affiliate link, cardpointers.com/hurdygurdytravel, for a discount on annual and lifetime plans. Card Pointers has a great app and browser tools to automatically activate credit card linked offers from banks including American Express, Chase, US Bank, and more to maximize your savings. The website udio.com, created the podcast intro and outro music. It's not me singing. The AI features of the website Descript helped me edit and improve audio quality. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.
Travel at low cost with points and miles. Credit card rewards bring the smiles. Many adventures, tales to be told. Make and save money, the world will unfold. Fight the war on happiness, pick up the gold. Hurdy Gurdy Travel Podcast breaks the mold.